Hey Parkwood, it's Miss Henderson here. Just enjoying the last day of sort of non-school before we're back in the building properly teaching some of the year 10s. Hope you're all really well. Hope you're active. Trying to stay as safe as possible. Trying to maintain these lockdown haircuts, which are getting a bit ridiculous. But yeah, I hope you and your families are all well, and stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you all soon. Cheers.
Still kind of in the closet, so I just watched. And last year I actually marched with my boyfriend. It was really empowering. Actually, I think it was one of the movements that made me come out to my parents.
We have to acknowledge the people in the past and in the present who are fighting for our rights.
Being able to celebrate Pride is a privilege that not everybody in the community has, but everyone in the community should have.
Around the world, people are being persecuted for their gender identity and for their sexual orientation. We need spaces where we can talk about the issues that we still face. We need these spaces to be intersectional.
Pride is for everyone, but it's not always kind of marketed that way, I guess.
Most times it ends up being a little more white, a little more male, a little more cisgender than the community actually is.
By going to Pride, I realized that there are a multitude of identities that I still have yet to be introduced to.
Still asexuals and demisexuals and other people who I'm sure I'm not even aware of yet, who haven't had any light brought to them yet.
And I think that's why Pride is so great, because it gives a whole bunch of people this visibility that they've never really had before.
I think it's important to celebrate Pride because a lot of people are still struggling to come out.
So many people have been told for so long that it's not okay to be who you are.
I'm tired of people saying asexuality is not a thing because you just haven't met the right person to have sex with, whether it be a girl or a guy or somewhere in between.
It's almost as important to me as like the holidays around December, and I get this sort of giddiness, and I realize that in itself is worth celebrating.
A decision to march at the very front of the parade, and it was the first time in my life I was ever presenting as openly gay. And I was just so scared that someone would judge me for that. That was a decade ago. Today I will happily hold my husband's hand as I walk down the street, and Pride is how I got here.
In the early morning hours of June 28, 1969, a riot broke out in front of the Stonewall Inn in New York City. The violent protest became known as the Stonewall Riots. The Stonewall Riots were a watershed moment in the gay rights movement, sparking activism and awareness across the United States. We'll look at the roots of the riots, the events, and their lasting impact. In the 1950s and 60s, homosexuality was still considered sodomy and illegal in 49 states. The punishments varied greatly by state, ranging from heavy fines to imprisonment. In society, members of the gay community were often subject to violence, harassment, and discrimination. In New York City, gay bars were havens for people with diverse sexual orientations and gender identities, places where they could avoid harassment and violence. The Stonewall Inn served as a popular refuge. The Stonewall Inn was owned by the Mafia. The Mafia bribed the police to look the other way. In turn, the Mafia made money overcharging patrons for drinks. Even so, the patrons were not fully safe from homophobia and discrimination. The Mafia would extort wealthy patrons, threatening to out them to their employers and families. Despite the Mafia's bribes, the police still regularly raided the Stonewall Inn and other gay bars, charging them with solicitation of homosexual relations. Trans and other gender nonconforming people were also targeted, subjected to violence, and arrested if they weren't wearing what the police deemed gender-appropriate clothing. This oppression and mistreatment came to a head in the early morning hours of June 28, 1969. 9 police officers entered the Stonewall Inn in a raid. The patrons were fed up. As the police roughly tried to arrest bartenders and customers, many resisted. Outside the bar, people in the hundreds began rioting. They threw bottles at the police and pushed through the barricades. The police officers retreated from the crowd and locked themselves inside the Stonewall Inn. Rioters responded by setting the bar on fire. Police reinforcement arrived, and the original officers managed to get out of the burning bar. Meanwhile, the angry mob had grown into thousands. Eventually, the police were able to get the crowd to disperse, but it didn't last long. The riots continued until July 1st. While some criticized the violent and destructive riots, others pointed to the brutality and unjust treatment of the gay community. This large-scale defiance made a massive impact on society. The Stonewall riots were the beginning of the modern gay liberation movement, which also brought attention to others marginalized for their sexual or gender orientation. The riots sparked the formation of the Gay Liberation Front, the first group to publicly advocate for equal gay rights. On the one-year anniversary of the riots, they also organized the first Gay Pride Parade. Today, Pride events are still held on the anniversary of the Stonewall riots in cities around the country and even the world. In 2016, President Obama made the Stonewall Inn and the area outside where the riots broke out a national monument. This became the first national monument celebrating gay history. The Stonewall riots may have been violent, but they marked a pivotal moment in history. No longer would people quietly endure the stigma associated with their sexual and gender orientations. Through the Stonewall riots, the gay rights movement gained mainstream visibility and a momentum that continues to this day.
Too often, our children don't get the education they need, the education they deserve. Children who need to be taught to respect traditional moral values are being taught that they have an inalienable right to be gay. All of those children are being cheated of a sound start in life.
My mama told me when I was young, we're all born superstars. She rolled my hair, put my lipstick on, in a glass of purple dry. There's nothing wrong with loving who you are, she said, 'cause he made you perfect, babe. So hold your head up, girl, and you'll go far. There's an umbrella to say, I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause I make no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't love yourself and regret, just love yourself and you said, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. There ain't no way, baby, I was born this way. Baby, I was born this way. There ain't no way, baby, I was born this way. Right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Give yourself prudence and love your friends. Subway kid, rejoice your truth. In the religion of the insecure, I must be myself, respect my youth. A different law is not sin, believe capital H-I-M.
You can contact any of the Progress team by using the email addresses below.
I'm coming up. I want the world to know that baby I was born this way. Just dance. I wanna dance with somebody, but I keep dancing on my own. Do you believe in life after love? 'Cause baby you're a firework. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade? It's a raining man. Hallelujah, it's a raining man. I feel like a woman. Cover, put the bass in your walk.